Hello again and welcome. Today's video is going to be my method, and there are many methods, of finish turning a previously wet turned bowl, and I'll go into that in a minute. Before we go to that, a couple of things. I received 3 stickers. One sticker from a guy called Stephen from wooddo.co.uk, and it's a great sticker. It says wood turning is highly addictive, and it's Her Majesty's Government health warning. I really think that's brilliant, so that's going to go up and be in a prominent position. I then received a sticker from a guy called Andreas Atleitner from Austria, and thank you for that, Andreas, I appreciate it, and that'll go up on the sticker board as well. And finally I got a sticker and a business card from ARC, and thank you very much for that too. As I always do, is in the description below links to the various social media sites, YouTube, etc., that any stickers come to me will be links in the description below. Thanks for that, gentlemen, I appreciate it. Here we have a wet turned Beech bowl. This was turned about sometime in the early part of last year, and I used a method that I tried that Reed Gray uses to some success, and that's not wrapping it in shavings and a brown paper bag or brown paper, but cling film. So what I did, I covered the whole thing with cling film, and I just cut out this piece here so it had the moisture had somewhere to release, and I'm extremely impressed with how it's turned out. There were a couple of checks on it when I put it away. I filled those with CA and sawdust, and it looks as if nothing else has occurred during the drying process. It wasn't completely wet, it was about 24% when I wet turned it. It is now at 10%, a couple of percent more than I really like. About 8% is what I turned dry, but in fairness, it's very damp, it's cold, so it's unlikely that I want to get it down to 8 at this time of year anyway, but I think it's good enough to turn. It's got some nice figure in it, it's got some pippy features in it as well, so it'll be quite a sort of an uneven turn, if you like. It's currently 10.5 inches across its widest point and 10 inches across the narrowest point. There's plenty of room here. See, this is about just over 1¼ inches wide all the way down. What I was thinking of wet turning it that shape, I don't know. However, we'll see what shape it ends up at the end. And of course, as you can see, the rim needs to be trimmed up too. So it's always good fun, I think, doing these. And one point to note, in the middle here is a divot, and in the middle of the inside of the bowl is also a divot, and those are the centre points I use to wet turn it. Now that means I can put it between centres now, I can true up the tenon, and I can actual fact, while it's between those centres, which were the original centres when I wet turned it, I can finish the outside of the bowl as well. And what I like to do is finish the outside, abrade it, put my finish on, and then spin it round like you would a dry bowl if you're turning it. So that's what we're going to do. And before we get to that, 2 things to mention. Don't forget Maker's Central. Maker's Central's it's on the 5th and 6th of May. 6 weeks, something like that, 5 weeks, and that's at the NEC in Birmingham, and there are a terrific amount of makers attending this show, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it because of work commitments, but I've managed to organise it, so I'll be there on the Saturday and the Sunday too, and I look forward to meeting everybody there. In June, the end of June, beginning of July, we have UKIS again, and UKIS is in Coventry, as it has been on the previous 2 occasions, at the Hilton Hotel, and again you can look forward to having a really great weekend, as we always do. So all the links to the relevant websites and YouTube channels for both Maker Central and UKIS will be in the description below as well. So that's it, let's get on with finish turning this Beech bowl. So the bowl is now being sanded to 600 using the Simon Hope Pro sander. What I'm going to do now is to spin it around, put it in the chuck, true up the inside of the bowl and sand it to 600 as well, so it'll be ready to receive a finish. Now I've decided, because of the figure and the inclusions etc., to go with Danish oil. So I'll be using Hampshire Sheen products. I'll be using the Toy and Food Safe Danish oil, 2 or 3 applications of that, allowing about 20 minutes, half an hour in between each application, and then the final application allowing at least 24, maybe 48 hours for it to cure. The reason for the difference in time there is it depends on your atmosphere in your workshop, the humidity, etc. So when that's done, then I'll apply a thinned down sanding sealer, pre-thinned 50/50 cellular sanding sealer, and when that's completely dry, a couple of light coats of Hampshire Sheen high gloss, and the whole bowl will then be finished apart from the foot. So I'm going to spin him around now and true up the inside and sand it, ready for a finish. Okay, so I have sanded the inside and the rim obviously to 600 now, and it's got a really nice finish. So I am now going to put on 2 coats of Food and Toy Safe Danish oil from Hampshire Sheen, allowing about, as I said before, half an hour between each one. Now I won't bore you with that process, but I will bore you with just putting the first application on, and just so you can see hopefully how it's going to pop. Quite liberally to begin with. Oh my. Oh, that's really bringing it out. Rub it well in. I've just done this bit for you to see. What beautiful figure. Anyway, I'll go through the process and I'll come back when I'm buffing it up. So this is the 3rd coat that I've put on, very light coat of Hampshire Sheen, and we're just going to buff this up now. And I think you could say that has come out pretty well. I am very pleased with it. Gorgeous figure, absolutely gorgeous. well worth waiting for it to dry after wet turning it. Okay, I'll spin them around in the button jaws now, remove the tenon, sort the foot out, and we'll be done. Okay, so the bowl is finally finished, and it's just over 9 inches at its widest point in diameter and 3.5 inches deep, and it took a really good finish. It was really enjoyable to turn, and I'm very pleased with how it's turned out. I'll put some stills up at the end. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers now.